everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Struther.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. Here. The lion. New music so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Struther.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
Well, good morning. Let's talk football. I was going to say welcome to Let's Talk Football, but that's kind of Sean's thing, so I got to switch it up. All right. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's Sunday morning with the Hot Mess Express, Swintons. Sean left us again. He is busy. Andrew.
I was literally
every time.
going to be like, oh, we're not going to have a first comment because...
Hey, you can't spoil the surprise. You're already ruining everything. Sean is busy, guys, so he is, I believe, moving out of his parents, helping his parents move out of the house he grew up in. So he's taking in all those memories and enjoying his weekend. So you get us again, but
Sorry for your luck.
not like last week. We brought some friends with us. If you watched Sean and the Walshes last night, they hinted at one of them. So I'm going to first welcome in Miss Kate to the show. Thanks for joining us today, Kate.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thanks for being our special guest, one of the two. So thanks for joining
No
us.
problem.
So the people don't have to just deal with us.
Yeah,
again.
nobody wants just us arguing.
Oh,
all the
come
time,
on. You guys are amazing. Stop.
so. Thank you. And then the surprise guest, who we didn't tell, but Ash has already kind of given away. The bearded man from north of the border, Mr. Andrew Faubert. Welcome,
morning.
Andrew. Thanks for joining
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. How we doing? Thank you. Let's talk
We're
football.
good. Thanks
Happy
for
Father's
letting us-
Day.
Happy
Happy
Father's Day
Father's
to
Day.
you
Yep.
too.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. That was our first thing we were going to hit today.
Segment, but y'all just went right to
Hey,
it.
that's cool. It's a great segue when they just lead us into it. Anthony, even good morning, Anthony. Happy Father's
Morning,
Day to you
Anthony.
as
Happy
well.
Father's Day, Anthony.
But yeah, that's so. Got some friends with us today. We're gonna highlight some of the. Well, they have the same team right now, so we're gonna highlight their
I don't
team
know
since
how
we
we
did
did
our
this.
team last week.
I was, Sunny's like, I want to ask Andrew. And I was like, well, I'm going to ask Kate. And I was like, why do we do this? It's $2, man.
Get some
Well,
bucks.
it's kind of like Sean with our Let's Talk College Football show with two Wolverines.
Bringing in the Michigan people.
Kate's just got backup everywhere. I guess I have Janae, so I can't complain.
Yeah, where's my Steelers backup? I don't
Yeah.
need
You
backup.
don't need it.
I got enough.
Colin likes the Steelers.
We
That's
got
true.
Steelers back up in the Dynasty League.
That's
for
true.
sure.
That's true. All right, so guys, this is your first time on the morning show with us, so we have
It
a little tradition. We always start the show with what's been happening with you guys. So we'll let Ash start to give you guys an idea of what it is. Not that you haven't seen the show and know what it is,
You
but
should be watching. It's not rude.
we'll
What's
let
been
Ash.
happening? I'm here again to say that I've been doing the same stuff I've been doing since summer break has started. Nothing. Working on getting ready for next year. That's pretty much it. I don't do anything.
That's not true. You've read how many books now?
Oh, I've read 3 books.
And you got an
One
iPad.
of them I read within 12 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like a
Oh
500
my.
page book. I was very into it. I had to know what was going to happen. And then the other night I stayed up way too late because I just needed to finish. None of them have been like that great though. As I say, I spent 12 hours straight reading one, and then I'm like, oh, none of them have been that great. They've just been okay.
Yeah.
And then,
If you have book suggestions, you should tell me. I like to read like horror, thriller, mystery,
Ready Player One.
psychological.
dude, Ready Player.
Oh,
Have you
that's
read
like
Ready Player 2?
fantasy though.
Yeah, but Ready Player One's still my favorite book of all time because
That's
very,
Sydney's-
very good.
that's like your favorite book of all time.
I love that one.
It's
That's a good
so good. It literally, like I just walked through we have chapters up here, Indigo now, and it just was sitting there, and I'm just kind of read the back, and I'm like, sounds interesting. And honest, the movie is absolutely
Oh,
fantastic
I love
too.
the movie.
It is.
But all three of those gates that you want to call it in the movie are completely different in the book, and it is way more awesome when you can use your own imagination when you read it. So
I agree. That is.
I can't do, like sci-fi. I don't have a very good imagination though. Everything's very black and white to me. I don't like. I'm reading stuff and I don't like picture it in my brain. Sydney's like, "This is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life."
That's how I felt about like the Hunger Games series. Like I thought the books were better than the movie.
Oh, I do love the Hunger Games. I read all those in like a weekend in high school. So that was a loser.
Oh my god.
Books are always better than the movie though. That's
most of the time.
Most of the time, that's usually the case.
I'm a historian, so I read a lot of history books. Like,
oh my gosh, I'd rather die.
I like reading like autobiographies or biographies. Like when I was home last winter recouping from surgery, I read like a lot of the Obama books, like Becoming and
I have Becoming.
It's so
Obama.
good.
And it's like in the middle of my shelf, so everyone knows when they walk into my house that I'm a Democrat. Never read it yet, though.
But it is such a good book if you haven't read it. Those are my kind of books, but I like the Bourne Identity books, like the Bourne books. Those are really good.
I can't do
the
it.
Bourne series.
No.
Yeah,
you should check out Project Hail Mary, Andrew.
Project Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. Yep, it's a good one.
Is that the one where they go up and?
It's a space one, but sci-fi type thing. I thought it was really good, and I liked Ready Player One, so maybe you'll like it.
Do you read your books or listen to your books?
I listen sometimes because I have a 45-minute commute to work in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's
same.
Smart.
I listen when I drive to work too.
So it's a good way to get my mind just clear and free and ready for the day.
Yeah, when I had to like drive for work, I'd always listen to like podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, same.
Not a big fan of like audibles.
Or I
What's
will
up,
put
Alec?
Or I'll
How's it
put
going?
my phone on my like little stand in my car and I'll watch shows that I haven't been able to see. So I watch you guys sometimes.
Yeah, I do that too. When
If I can't sneak you at work, if I can't sneak. Like one time I was laughing and my coworkers are like, "What the hell are you laughing at?" I'm watching the Swintons.
We're hilarious. Oh, what a good time I was like, I can't. Autobiographies are not my favorite. I
prefer to watch them as movies.
Like
Fair.
Documentaries, autobiography, they're just boring.
I got a lot of different autobiographies like around here. Like I think the one I can see right there is the Francis Ford Coppola, and then I got the Hunter S. Thompson right beside it, and then right beside that one actually is the Marilyn Manson one. So that's kind of.
That's
So
right.
I do have a lot of, but I listened to the Matthew McConaughey one on Audible there.
Your mom listened to that.
It was good. To be honest, like he's not all like, all right.
It's
Like,
like a normal person.
I'm doing an Audible for y'all to hear me today. You know what I mean? No, like it's actually really informative. Like there's something in the book. Like there's a specific story about his mom and like his dad and like something that happens there that is, in my opinion, needs to be heard through Audible or at least read to actually understand why Matthew McConaughey is the way that he is. And it's weird to say that. And when you finally get there or read the book or listen to at least that part, you'll be like, oh, this is very weird. Okay. And also don't listen to that near kids or young adults or anything like that. But it was really good. Like Audible is really good for that though too. When you can't sit there and put your whole mind to something for a little bit and you just want to listen, it's really nice.
Alex said the day Andrew shaves his beard is the day I'll shave my eyebrows.
The day I shave my beard is the day that the Red Wings hoist that cup once again, my friend.
Oh my, Andrew, that's another thing we have in common. We're both Red Wings fans.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
one of the reasons it makes it so much easier to come down to Detroit in 2024.
Oh, it's so cool being an hour from that city. I love it. And the energy that it brings when Hockey Town's alive is incredible. But this is a football show, right? We're not talking hockey.
Yeah.
All we've done is talk about what I have done.
All right,
Moving
so-
on to somebody else.
All right, we're gonna
So
go to Kate. What's been happening with you, Kate?
Well, working, helping wrap my teenager school year up. That's been a challenge.
She's
Being a
done
mom-
now,
be-
isn't she?
Being a mom to a teenage girl is a full-time job in
I don't even want to
itself.
think about it.
Especially when you're a single mom and the only parent she has. It's just crazy to fathom my world. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. So, yeah, wrapping her school. She got all A's, so I'm very proud of her.
Yay.
There you go.
She's a great student. She has pre-med and medical school in her future right now. So, gearing her up for her senior year, and getting her ready to graduate high school in the next year is going to be a very busy, hectic year. But
It's so emotional too. I'm gonna
oh
die.
gosh, I cry every time I think about it.
Yeah.
And then, but that will open up my new chapter because then I will start looking at where Kate's going to go from here because Kate's not going to live here the rest of her life. So it's either looking at moving maybe towards Ann Arbor, where, you know, the University of Michigan is, or moving over to Lake Michigan.
Tampa.
Move to
Tampa.
Tampa.
There you
Tampa.
go.
That's where everybody goes.
Yeah, that's where everyone goes to retire. That or Arizona.
Have you seen this porcelain skin? I think
Fair,
I'd
fair.
fry in Tampa. Kate, why don't you leave your house? Because as soon as I walk out, I'll have a 3rd-degree sunburn.
You and me both.
Yeah.
So,
I think the 3 of you actually. Because Ash is in that boat
I'm
too.
definitely in that.
let me guess, you tan, Sydney.
So easy. It's so annoying.
So what I do is
Because you get hit like
I get sunburnt for 12 hours and then it's a tan.
I get sunburnt for like
The rest of your
72
life?
hours, and then it doesn't end up being a tan. It just goes away, and it's like great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Sounds
So
about
much
right.
pain
So-
for nothing. I'm a big like lather sunscreen everywhere person now though. Like when I was young, I got burnt so much with blisters so bad, and now as an adult, I'm like, no, I cannot get burnt. My skin. I'm gonna get wrinkles.
My whole entire skincare routine has SPF in it, so and that's something I've been really getting better at doing. Is like for the girls that watch all of our football stuff, is my biggest thing I'm getting into is health and skincare and taking care of myself more, especially having rheumatoid arthritis, like watching my diet more, trying to like get healthier. So one of the biggest things I've been trying to focus on.
Yes,
Very nice. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and...
So, Andrew, what have you been up to?
Yep, move on to the bearded man from the north. And
who's been up to something?
hey, Andrew's been up to something.
I mean, yeah.
As everybody's seen.
Yeah, been up to something. Finally got NSD back on track. First episode will be on Friday. We got
so
Mr. Sid. See if I can point where it right. There we go. Sid's up there. We got Sid will be our first guest on the first episode.
Wow, you're fancy, huh?
Yeah.
Mama, I made it.
I didn't even know
Mama, I
that.
made it.
I'm
So,
learning
yeah.
new things every day.
Getting that all set up. Just been working on that actually the last couple of days while I've had a little bit of time. Work has been going good. Like Kate's been saying, while she's been getting her one daughter ready for graduation, I'm getting my one daughter ready to go to school.
Aww.
I don't want that. I don't like getting older either. I don't like the fact that my daughter's about to go and, be the queen stuff of her class, and me
Is she
inevitably
going to
get the
kinder?
call. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's going to the nice school. We just had the walkthrough and stuff like that, and like big field and all that. And they're going to be called the Sharks, which is great for me because I love sharks, and both my kids have grown up with sharks basically all over the house and stuff.
Very cool.
That's
and
awesome.
so show the kids. Got a trip to Calgary coming up at the end of July. All has been good. Oh,
Nice.
and by the way, we got football coming up soon.
So close. So close.
It's slowly getting there.
And
Happy Daddy's Day.
Happy Daddy's Day.
And Andrew, I have to tell you, alive and in person right now, you are my spirit animal. I live through you.
Thank you.
Your energy just gives me energy.
Yes.
to be honest, like when working at the dispensary too, because there's a lot of people that come in and they're like scared. They're like,
Oh yeah, I get that too.
yeah, and
Another
so
thing we have in common.
yeah, that we both work
Are you
at
guys
a
the same
dispensary.
person?
Essentially. And I have been told a couple times in the last few days, they're like, listen, I don't like coming into these stores, but like, thank you for your energy. It's a little bit more like inclusive when you can be like that. And I'm like, well, that's all I want to do is I just want to be happy. I want to make sure people understand that like we can have that type of energy even outside of COVID, guys.
Right.
We can still be happy. We can still live our lives and stuff like that. And yeah, so I appreciate it though. Much so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Your energy is infectious. And that
It
is
is.
for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So everybody's having a good time. Sounds like.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mine is just like Ash's, the same. I've been doing my card thing. It's been fun. Obviously working too. Got a little 2-year-old now.
2 is fun.
He's a good time. He's a lot of energy. Everything is. Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad.
Oh,
Come on, Dad.
literally
Come on, Dad.
can't do anything without. Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad.
Everywhere we go.
And then
Everywhere.
I get Sydney works from home, so like when I get him up in the morning and Sydney's working, he's like, "Where's Dad? Where's Dad?" And I'm like, "Dad's at work." He's like, "Shh," because he knows he's in here on the phone.
Is he your little mini me, Sydney?
Oh
Pretty
my
much.
gosh.
Yeah.
I'll
Awesome.
literally just be like laying on the couch and I just hear him, "Come on, Dad, come on, Dad." And they're like running back and forth all day and I'm just chilling. I'm like, how's it feel to be the favorite? How's it feel?
Aw.
So, but he's. I mean, obviously, love the little guy. He's so much fun.
So cute. It rained yesterday and he loved the rain.
Yeah, he was running around in the rain. He was having a great time. That was fun.
I saw that on a couple of your stories there. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then we went out later in the day and it stopped raining. And he's like, "Oh no, where's the rain?"
Oh.
Bye, rain.
Arizona doesn't rain very often, so it's probably the first time he can remember seeing rain. So
Yeah,
it's a good
Right.
time. So yeah, that's been fun. Andrew got into my last break that I did for cards, so
He
that
did.
was
And we
that was
traded
enjoyable.
teams.
Yeah,
I got the Cowboys.
that
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, Ash is sitting there chirping like, "I hope he gets the Saints." I ended up with the Cowboys, and she's like,
That was so funny.
and it's like here in the background, like, "All right, I'm buying a spot now because I'm gonna need those Cowboys spots."
Yeah. So that was
Aw,
fun.
Anthony.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me though. Nothing too crazy on my end.
That's funny, Anthony. My stepdad's birthday is on Mother's Day, so anytime it sometimes falls on Mother's Day. So when it falls on Mother's Day, I'm like, "How's it feel?"
By the way, that's Kyle.
Yeah, I looked at the.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, so
Yikes.
Anthony kills me every time. That's what's been happening with everybody. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our next segment. Since last week we did the OTAs of our teams, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the OTAs news of our guest teams.
Mini camp because they've started mini camp.
Yeah, I guess it's on mini camp now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the 2 Bucks fans. So we're just gonna see what's going on in Buck territory.
How do you guys feel?
Yeah. Any big storylines are following? Any?
I feel like I haven't heard anything about the Bucks. It's very quiet.
Just waiting to find out what Gronk's gonna
Yes,
do.
that's the only thing is Gronk coming back.
Who knows?
And if he doesn't come back, is there like a replacement in mind? Because
I say,
I think
who
you guys
is
got
there?
Cameron Brate, right?
Cameron Brate's pretty damn good in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
But
didn't you guys lost OJ Howard, right? He signed
With the Bills.
the
Yep.
Bills. So 2 tight ends down if Gronk doesn't come back.
I think he will. He's just being a big baby right now.
He's
He
got that
just-
lingering
Gronk.
back pain.
Yeah,
Gronk.
it's Gronk. He's just waiting. He wants to see how much love he would get, and everybody pull out the
Yeah.
red carpet for him and see how much money the Bucks.
He's
still
like, "I don't want
have."
to do that mini camp stuff. I'll go."
Of course,
He's a big baby.
but we
He's a
love him.
Big baby, but we love him. I've loved him a long time.
Yeah. I can't
I do not
hate
like
the guy
Gronk.
for 2 tutties in
But
the Super Bowl. So,
I followed Tom wherever Tom goes,
Mhm.
which I called those, if you don't recall. I said, if Brady and Gronk are on, they're winning the Super Bowl. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I think they're going to have a better season than most people think. I think Todd Bowles is going to be an amazing coach for that organization.
Yeah, 100%. I think Todd Bowles is really good.
He's a badass.
Not to say I don't like his demeanor or anything like that. I've always just thought I know he's a kind of more of a player's guy, and he's really calm and collected, especially to the media. As we saw, like his first time out, I don't think the media for Tampa was really used to that. The Tampa media is kind of harsh, respectively. They can dig deep and they can tick you off. Like we've seen it with Arians and Jenna Lane and Arians and Rick Stroud and all those guys too. But he's calm, he's collected, and I personally, that's not it's just me, but that's not my type of coach personally. But he is going to be a good one for the Bucks because Arians is still around, because Brady's still around. There's already like that self-coaching mentality, I guess, already instilled in the Bucks for at least this year.
For sure.
I think the Bucks are going to have a good season. I feel like they're going to make a deep run. I love that he's still, even though they were flirting with Edelman, maybe Tom was, he still has great receivers in Godwin and Evans.
Evans and Godwin are too solid.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
Is Godwin going to be ready by a season start?
They think he will be.
Should be.
They think he will be.
And then
He had it. It was his ACL.
he tore his ACL, yeah.
Isn't that what Michael Gallup did?
Yep.
Michael Gallup ain't gonna be ready.
Gallup tore it before Godwin too.
Yep. Gallup looks like he's, from what I saw from a couple videos too, looks pretty good.
He looks good, but they don't think he's gonna be ready till like week 3.
See, the thing is with the Bucks though, is even if Chris Godwin doesn't necessarily play right away, is they also have an issue with depth at wide receiver. Like
They do.
The
And
number
who's going to be the 3 now?
Russell Gage for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, they signed him.
Yeah.
But if okay, so he bumps to the 2 if Godwin's out. Who's then? Who's
God,
the
they
3?
got Russell Gage.
So the 5th and the 6th spot, when Godwin's healthy, are the 2 spots that are like a little bit difficult to understand, like who's going to get it and stuff. But if you
Who's
take
4?
Godwin out, Gage would be 2, Tyler Johnson would be 3, Jalen Darden 4. Then your 5th and your 6th after that would probably be Rashad Perriman and Scotty Miller. But we also got Cyril Grayson in the mixture as well. And all these guys here have different
Skill sets for sure.
Yeah.
skill sets that Brady has actually utilized too. That's one of the reasons that Brady loves Mike Evans and he loves Chris Godwin, is because what you get in Scotty Miller, Grayson, and Perriman, and Johnson, and Darden, and all those other guys. Even what was our running back, the pass catcher, the third down back again? Was that Bernard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Giovanni
like,
Bernard.
Mhm.
Yeah, Giovanni Bernard. Like all those guys have those skill sets that Brady loves and adores. That's why Rashad
Right.
White this year may possibly steal Lenny's like shine later on down the season, because he's young and he's got a little bit more explosiveness. But those wide receiver spots, man, that's going to be the real make or break of it this season, because they signed like 3 other guys too undrafted, which is Jarrett Stearns, Devin Tompkins, and Vincent Smith. All those guys too could actually get starting roles or be on a practice squad, and we don't have that many spots because we're very low in the depth of defensive side. So
Yes, we are.
extremely low.
But it will be an interesting season. I'm excited because, of course, someone came out of retirement. So,
Yeah.
Sydney's favorite player in the whole wide world.
Top of the list.
I told
Not
your
gonna say
wife.
what list, but top of the list.
I told your wife I might have to send you a cardboard cutout of him and put him in your house.
We put it in the office. We have room.
I could
Right
use
in front
a
of
dartboard.
all this stealing. Oh my goodness.
And the video I've seen of him, his accuracy looks good. Everything looks good.
Tom Brady's TikToks look good.
Oh God, he is hilarious.
Oh,
If
that
you've
Peyton-
seen the most recent ones, you know what I'm talking
The
about.
Peyton Manning
Yeah.
joke is absolutely fantastic.
I died laughing.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that
man.
was hilarious. I sent you that one.
Mhm.
You're like, I've already seen it, but it was so funny. I was laughing so hard. Tom Brady having a personality is so annoying to me. He had no personality when he was in New England. And then he goes to the Bucks,
Coach.
and then he gets a personality, and I'm like, oh, I hate it.
I mean, come on. Belichick always had a scowl on his face
I
and didn't know how to have fun and didn't
I'm
know how
not
to.
a big Belichick fan. Everyone's like
I
Belichick's
am.
the #1 coach in the league, and I'm like, I don't. I mean, because I feel like being a coach is more than just winning. I'm like, yeah, he wins, but I feel like he has not good relationships with his players, or has. I don't know, he seems so bleh.
That's the best part of it, though.
No, I hate it.
Is not having and respectively, of course, different opinions, but in football, right, and especially in football, in regards to sports in general, we've seen both types work. Where you got like the players type coaches work, like your Lovie Smiths and
Mike Tomlin is my favorite.
Mike Tomlin's another one. Thank you. But like the Bill Belichick's and stuff, he makes you work. And he makes sure that there's like the work aspect, and then there's the fun, like any other job is supposed to be.
Yeah,
so
right.
just because you make the millions, just because you make the millions of dollars, just because you're on TV every day, doesn't mean you get to act out. Doesn't mean you get to overindulge necessarily because you've done this. You have to be better than everybody else so that they can look up to you. These
definitely.
other kids who see an opportunity after football to get jobs. And that's why you see a lot of Bill Belichick's tree and old players actually getting jobs out there.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Alex just said he's also the GM, so he has a different relationship than just a coach, because the GM is the one that is going to determine like how much they get paid and if they get paid and stuff. So he can't let personal feelings and stuff like that get in the way. That's actually a really good point.
It's just so blah.
Yeah.
But that's why they're successful.
I know.
I say they win, so
Mike Tomlin's still my favorite.
Tomlin,
we both system.
Mike Tomlin's your favorite coach?
Yes. 1, look at him. 2.
Look at him.
I just love him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Dude, that's it.
That's it. Look
Oh.
at him. So he doesn't lose a lot.
He's never had a losing season.
He's never had a losing season, and the players respect him. I think everyone loves him. He seems like he seems like scary, but like lovable at the same time. He seems intimidating, but
yeah. So Andrew, how do you feel about our offensive line going into the season? Because we had some hiccups last year. I
want
to know from another Bucs fan because I'm a little nervous.
Well, first things first, the one thing that I will allude to is on North Sports Dynasty, there's a lot of different segments that we are coming up with. And one of them is the best 10-year and under players of all time starting roster. And losing Ali Marpet sucks. Ali Marpet may, depending on who you are and how far we want to go back and look at tape, and if we're just comparing tape because we can't compare stats at that point, Ali Marpet's a top 5 guard, not just left guard, but just guard of all time. Like, second round pick. The guy was overlooked by almost everybody. And when he was given the opportunity to block the greatest of all time, there was not a single hand that got on him through him. Like, it is not going to be easy to replace him. The best part about this, though, is we've got Tristan Wirfs. He has already got to come in and see leadership and learn from him, and has already started to express that type of leadership throughout the line. We got the offensive lineman from, I believe it's Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, the Gecki.
Right.
Sorry that I'm forgetting his name to all the Bucs fans there. I've just been recently diving back into the Bucs stuff. I've been doing other things, so my apologies.
Same here. I've been focused on college football with our new show.
Yeah. So we got an offensive lineman. We've signed basically 3 in the offseason and traded for another. I think it's going to be more rotational in the spots that we're going to be weak at, which I'm okay with. I'd rather do that instead of putting somebody in and making sure that they're just absolutely the best. I'd rather the rotation. There it is. Gadecki, thank you. Central Michigan. Shaq Mason from the Patriots. I knew he would come in if it was a Central Michigan, or at least a Michigan guy. I know he loves Michigan State Wolverine, or what's it? Michigan State Spartans, right? That's right.
Yep.
All right, just making sure.
Alex likes Michigan.
He's at Michigan State. Yeah, the Spartans.
No, Alex is a Michigan Wolverine.
No, he's a Spartans fan.
I think Andrew's being.
Oh, how dare you!
I was like, Andrew's
That
being funny.
is-
Like, there's no way he's getting this
You-
wrong.
That's like somebody coming into the chat right now and being like, Andrew just loves the Seminoles. Andrew is a diehard Seminoles fan. I'd be like,
Andrew loves the Saints. He loves Winston.
yeah, I love Winston so much.
If you're gonna like have like a secondary team that's not our favorite to be a fan of, I guess that would be a better than we all know that team.
Yeah.
OH.
Oh, we don't say that name.
I was like, Kate, the team that she will not say their actual team name.
Like the AJ Hawk.
And in that and in that week I don't even like using the letter O.
OH. No. All right, cool. All right. Well, I do know.
OSU.
One of my favorite players comes from there.
Zeke.
See, Kate, here would be the real issue though. What would happen then if the Ohio State quarterback
CJ
becomes
Stroud.
your quarterback for your Detroit Lions then?
Oh,
She will be like, go Aiden Hutchinson.
you bet. Oh, my little baby crush.
I bet you are. I know I've seen you on a couple of shows, but I bet you still are just absolutely gleaming that Aiden fell to you at number 2.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to go see a Lions game for the first time ever.
Oh, there you go.
He is my boy. He and Woodson will forever be my favorite Wolverine players ever. Tom wasn't my favorite. No, Tom was not my favorite Wolverine. Woodson was always my favorite Wolverine. So then Aiden came in.
Alex says,
But
you can get
no.
past it.
Oh, Alex, you're a better person than me. But I also live and work, and I'm 45 minutes away from Ann Arbor. So, like, the Wolverine blood is in me hardcore. It's hardcore in me. So when you live and you work near there and you're like, you see the big house every day, it's hard to, like, even fathom showing any love.
Anywhere else.
But anyway, I'm excited for the Bucks season. I'm excited to see where. Oh God, Detroit's gonna beat your butt, Sean Spencer. Stop it.
Oh.
Welcome to the chat, Sean.
Wasn't me.
Welcome to the chat, Sean.
And then Sean, you dang well know Aiden Hutchinson is gonna sack Commander Carson and show him who's boss.
Break him. Commander Carson ain't even gonna make it to week 2, so it's okay.
What are you talking about? MVP season out of Wentz coming up.
Oh gosh, if Commander Carson turns that team around, I'm gonna die.
Heard it here first.
Don't even.
Just saying.
This is not what we came here to talk
All
about
right.
today.
So
Sean
this
is
is
not on the show. I shouldn't have to speak about Commander Carson.
But anyway, I'm
Whoa.
excited to see what Tom
We
Brady and the
want
Bucks
Detroit.
do.
how well does that ever work for you, Sean? How well does that ever play out for you?
Yeah, and Chase Young said he's coming for Tom and Nitty. No.
All right, since we're getting off track now, guys, I do know Kate has to get out of here. She's
Yeah.
got some plans, so I
I got
appreciate you
Father's
joining.
Day plans. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Hey,
It's
appreciate
been a
you jumping
pleasure.
in.
Thank you for coming on.
Bye, Kate.
See you
Anything
later.
for you. Anything for you, Ash.
Yes.
All
I
right.
love Kate.
We got a lot going on, popping off in the comments. We
Oh
need
my gosh.
bets going on from the Lions Washington game. Commander Carson jersey is coming for Ash.
It is going to
My
be.
fire pit is waiting. I'll see that it's from Sean Spencer. I'm just gonna throw it direct. I ain't even gonna open it. It's gonna go directly into the fire.
I cannot wait to honestly see who's going to finish last in this year's dynasty.
Bro, I swear to God, if it's me, you will
Like
not
I-
see me. You
Listen,
will not see me.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. If the punishment was ever that I have to put on or represent the Saints or something like that, I will literally blow up my entire team and trade all of my assets away just to make sure I do not finish at
Last.
the least. I will finish second last because I don't do nothing,
me.
but I ain't finishing last.
I don't care. I can cut any spot I can fall to, not dead last, because I will not put on an Eagles. Ugh. I will probably just like wither away into nothing if I have to put on.
You should have to. If it's you, you should have to wear an AJ Brown jersey, Eagles jersey,
because I gave AJ Brown away.
Yeah.
Oh,
specifically is the one.
dude,
you should have to
and
wear.
if I
I
had
had-
like
Up there, actually, still. I have some of the people's lists up there still. Ash's Eagles, Kyle is Saints, I'm Saints. Jalen was Packers only because she would not be allowed in her house wearing an Ohio State jersey. Like,
funny.
yeah, and that's totally understandable. Evan, though, if he finishes last, is still the Eli Manning New York Giants jersey.
That's awesome.
I would rather wear that than anything.
I think Sid's is probably going to be either a Joe Burrow or a Deshaun Watson.
Oh, if you would wear Deshaun Watson, that ain't coming.
I'll
off.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I think we might have to make a rule in there, being like, hey, maybe not the Deshaun Watson one.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
That ain't coming in our house. You would have to wear. No, he would have to wear Tom Brady because he hates Tom Brady.
you do hate Tom Brady that much, eh?
Eh?
I hate Tom Brady. If I had to,
And you
I'm
got
sorry,
real
I'm
Canadian.
I literally finish that at almost every end of my sentences. I'm sorry.
it's funny when it comes through on text. That's what gets
Oh,
me.
Kyle did
When
that.
Kyle
When
did
you
it.
guys ask questions, that's when it comes up.
Oh yeah, you just see the EH, like that's
Yeah.
how you know you are talking to an authentic Canadian. I've seen Americans just go like literally put the letter A at the end with a question mark, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, please don't do that.
Yeah, see, Sean's probably got it right. It'd be a Lamar
Jackson
jersey.
would be a good one.
It's with a sign that says "I am a QB."
Ah, yes. I am not a running back.
All right, we gotta get back on track here. So after,
We were off track.
The
What?
Steelers.
speaking of the Ravens, since you just brought them up, the man that put the Steelers into the playoffs because he knocked out a pass to Marquise Brown on the sidelines because he owns the Ravens and the Steelers own the Ravens. Minka got paid.
you.
And since I'm a Steelers fan, we got to talk about that. Highest paid safety in the league. Very well deserved, if you ask me. First move by our new GM, Omar Khan. Love it. Locking in a guy that's been with us for 3 years, made 2 All-Pros.
The deal is super team friendly. I was looking at it.
Even though he's the highest paid safety, it is still a team-friendly deal. The way it breaks down is awesome. Absolutely love Minka. He's the man, obviously. I mean, you can't. It's hard to argue
Do
that
you
he
remember
doesn't
when you
deserve
guys
it.
got Minka?
Yes, I
How
do.
mad I was
Yes.
and how skeptical you were. Just want to say I'm still mad about it.
I just wanted to say.
I'm still very sad
Well
about it.
deserved, for sure.
I wanted Minka so bad. And then the Steelers got him, and I was like, "What? This is bull." And Sydney's like, "I don't know how I feel about giving up because you guys gave up first."
First.
He's like, "I don't know how I feel about that." Paid off.
Definitely paid off. Definitely. I mean, he's well worth it for sure.
11th overall pick. Like,
Yep.
literally right before the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is a little bit more upsetting to me, honestly. But to be honest, we did get Vita Vea instead, and I ain't going to complain.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's pretty good.
I was saying
Yeah.
he's solid.
I do love Vita Vea. But, I
Who
mean,
did the Dolphins get for that pick?
what did the Dolphins get for
They drafted some lineman that's not been very good so far.
that was that Austin Jackson or something like that.
I
then, eh?
believe. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
definitely won that trade. And then what really sold me on winning that trade is the next year when Seattle gave up 2 firsts and a starting safety for Jamal Adams.
Yep.
So, I mean, Minka's a free safety, Jamal's a strong safety,
Mhm.
but both
So-
safeties, and Minka's way better than Jamal Adams in my personal humble opinion.
I-
Jamal Adams is more of a linebacker than he is a safety. I
But
think.
Minka plays that too, though.
No, 100%.
That's the
he-
best part of it.
one of my favorite highlights from Minka last year or the year before is when Kyler Murray, they ran a fake. They were on like the 4. The Cardinals are trying to run it in, and they run a fake a zone read or something like that, and Kyler rolls left. The whole offense and defense are going right with the running back. Everybody except Minka. Minka's going across the field with Kyler and tackles him in the backfield.
Yeah,
he reminds me so much of Troy Polamalu. His instincts and IQ are off the charts. It's so awesome to watch.
There was also one where he was beside Watt, and both of them were rushing, and Watt ends up getting an offensive lineman, and so does Minka. And Watt ends up getting like kind of stuffed a little bit, and Minka pushes through. And I was like, that's still to this day one of my favorite highlights, because it's just showing that. Because there's other players who I always forget his name is. I think it's Isaiah Simmons for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
Those type of players are starting to become my favorite because they can play all the different positions on defensive side. I know you hate the Baltimore Ravens, but they got one in the draft too this year who's
Kyle Hamilton,
who's going to be looking on the other side, man.
It's I mean, if he does live up to the hype, we're gonna have. I mean, for 12 years we had the 2 best safeties in the Steelers and Ravens with Troy Palm and Ed Reed. So if Kyle Hamilton can live up to it, we're gonna run it back with Minka and Hamilton.
Troy was just a blessing.
Troy.
And I'm not even saying that because you're a Steelers fan. Like just like I was saying about the Cowboys there earlier before we went live. Like Troy was a damn blessing for the NFL.
He was, again, his instincts.
Favorite player, isn't he?
Oh yeah, him and Hines Ward are my all-time Steelers. But I mean, his just instincts are off the charts, and that's what Minka is. He knows where the ball's going. Like it blows my mind. You can't fool them. They're just super smart and intelligent individuals, and love that he got paid.
I love the Pat McAfee, Troy.
Oh yeah. That's what got me into Pat McAfee.
That's what made me follow.
That story.
Yeah.
Because I knew that Pat McAfee had a show. Like I had heard about that because he was on DAZN, or I think that's what it is. Because we in Canada have DAZN as like our way to get NFL for really really cheap. It's like $20 a month. It's like, is okay?
Yeah, cool. I'll pay that all day.
and then all of a sudden when they have like a week 1 or a week 2 and it all gets glitchy and stuff like that, and I can't watch those games, I get the whole season for free. Like, okay. Nice. But I heard that clip on YouTube and I was like, oh, what? This is hilarious. So yeah, I put it on there ever since then.
Yeah.
But I was also going to say too, there's been a few people I've seen out there being like, well, the only reason that Minka has been this good is because he's been allowed to be that good because of how good your defensive line has been, because of how good your corners have been, how good your linebackers have been. I'm like, that I understand where that may be coming from, but I'm like, that's like going and saying Luke Kuechly was the best linebacker because everybody else on that defensive side for the Panthers sucked. It's like, I'm pretty sure that Julius Peppers and a couple of those other Hall of Famers were also on the defensive line. So like, I don't want to hear that. Like Minka's earned every last penny on that contract. Fully guaranteed, whatever it is, the guy is going to be all over the field, and he has to be. Look at the quarterbacks that he's got to now play in that division. Whether Deshaun's there next year or not, he's got Lamar. Joe Burrow is literally Joe Cool now. And you got when Deshaun comes into the league, which will possibly be in like 2 years. Hopefully it's 2 years. Then he'll have to deal with what Deshaun can do as well. And Deshaun can escape the pocket, and Deshaun can escape a tackle, and Minka, once he gets a hand on you, man, you're down. So great signing by the Steelers, man. I love it.
100%. Love it.
I love that one.
Definitely love it. So we're going to go from something that we love to
something only I love.
Something we love to make fun of.
Yeah.
More drama in Dallas.
Okay, so
More drama in Dallas.
We got fined again. Again. For our podcast being too physical. Well, it's just football. How are you too physical? Stupid. I hate the fine. I think it's dumb. Washington also got the same fine, and they miss more days next year of OTAs than we do. But they got the same fine because this is their second time getting fined too.
It's probably because it's like, really, how physical can Dallas be?
That's not at all what it is. I'm sure. Kate said this. Jerry Jones turned ourselves in and said that we were too physical to be like, look, we're good at the football. We are tough guys. Look at us being physical. Guaranteed, Jerry Jones did this on purpose. And it's just another way to make Mike McCarthy look bad. Because Jerry Jones hates Mike McCarthy, and he really wants Sean Payton, who's just chilling at home in Dallas, just waiting for us to like pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, we fired Mike McCarthy. Do you want to come coach the Cowboys?" And then he's gonna come coach the Cowboys, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Now,
the Dallas Cowboys fan.
if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't Dallas have to send like draft compensation or something or like that over to New Orleans if Sean
That's
Payton
why-
came out of retirement?
We're waiting till
think
next
so.
year.
I think I think there is a time frame.
I thought
Okay,
there was
don't
like
remember.
a time frame that if like we did it next year, we wouldn't have to do any of that stuff. I don't want to hear what Sean has to say. Move along. Anyway, we're a mess as always. Getting fine. Talking about how we want other coaches, which is totally good for the culture of the team, Jerry Jones. Although I would definitely prefer Sean Payton over Mike McCarthy. You can't say that when oh god.
So Alex said he's technically under contract until 2024. So
Oh,
after
okay.
that, he would be free.
So no, we'd have to go 2 more years with Mike. We'd have to
Yeah,
go
aren't
this
you
year and
pumped?
next year with Mike. Mike McCarthy is the worst time management. He has no brain. He doesn't think for himself. Kellen Moore's terrible. I hate him.
Whoa,
rating is
whoa.
I can't stand the coaching. I never can stand Cowboys coaching. No,
I
ever
can
since we
accept
played the
all that.
Broncos,
I can't accept the Kellen
Yes,
Moore.
you
Kellen
can.
Moore
It's just
hates
the
too
Kellen Moore
much.
thing. Because ever since we played the Broncos, Kellen Moore just fell back into his Jason Garrett play calling, and I hate it. It's the same predictable thing over and over and over and over and over again. I hate it.
But what? I hate to be that guy. What isn't that more Mike McCarthy then? Because Mike McCarthy controls Kellen Moore.
I don't think Mike McCarthy controls anything. I just think he stands there and does nothing. I feel like he does.
Fair.
Smashes watermelons or whatever the heck he does. That's all he does. Can't stand him. I didn't like the hire when it first happened anyway.
I don't think many people did. I think a lot of Cowboy, like, say, not saying you're not a true fan or anything like that, but like the true, like, old boys of it are like, Mike McCarthy reminds me of the
catch.
the 70s back in the
Des
day
caught
type
it.
coaching, right?
Plus, he was the coach against Des
Des caught it.
on the pitch.
Yes,
He
Des
caught it.
Des
Anyway,
caught it.
thank you.
But
Mike McCarthy wasn't even gonna freaking pull the flag until he asked the ref, "Hey, was that a catch?" And the ref went, and then he threw the flag.
that's true.
I hate it. See, he doesn't have a brain.
I think, if anything, because Jerry Jones, as we all know, like with some of these owners, he's only got a few years left, and then he'll probably leave it to his son and stuff like that.
Don't even get me started on Stephen Jones.
If they're gonna do this, I think one of the things they would do is they would have to either terminate the contract of Ezekiel Elliott, and they would have to trade Dak, because
Stop. Never.
Well, the reason for it is Dallas is a huge market. And if Sean Payton's going to come in like after retirement and stuff like that, Sean's going to come in and want his own quarterback. And if we're talking 2024, maybe around there is when something like that would happen. There's a special kid with a special name that's going to be available in 2025. That is definitely going to put butts in seats in Dallas.
That's the only way I'll say bye to Dak.
And to be honest, what I've been reading too, like I'm not saying that I'm the Arch Manning insider or anything like that. I'm just a guy who has loved the Mannings for a long time, and I want to see when the next kid plays. So I've been trying to keep a little bit more posted. He does, in my opinion, look like he is Manning 2026. Yeah, 2026. Yeah. But it's still around the same time. I still think what's going to happen is Arch is probably going to lean towards Texas, because Texas is a school, big market, a lot of money, especially with the NIL program. Arch could probably get in there and get a lot of people on board with the whole Dallas thing. And if they can get Sean Payton in there, you can have Dak for another 2 years. You probably lose Zeke, though, and they're best friends. So once you start taking apart that partnership, the inevitable starts coming. And if Dallas could get a lot of trade bait or at least get something in order to get a first
We
round
can't
pick?
because they'll go to in the off season. They'll be like, "Yeah, we don't want Zeke anymore. Anybody can have him. Anybody can have him." The same thing they did with Amari, where it's like, "Oh yeah, we don't want Amari. Anybody can have him for a."
It's the
bologna
problem with the
sandwich."
contract, though. Like a lot of those contracts from like the 2017, 2018 days have a lot of those weird clauses and stuff like that, where like a lot of these teams can't just release them without having dead caps hits for like 5 years. Almost like a miniature Bobby Bellina type thing in these contracts, where it's like, okay, you can release him, but you're going to pay him for at least 5 or 6 years.
Bobby Bellina is for people that don't know, is a baseball player that hasn't played in what, like 15, 20 years, and is still being paid.
Still till 20. If I'm not mistaken, Alex is probably out there. He'll probably tell me the right year. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 2027 or 2032. He gets
I
like
have
1
seen
point.
that because anytime somebody posts like what's the worst contract in
Bobby
the history
Bellina.
of sports, it's always
Rick
his name that's on there. I'm like, I don't know who that is, but
Rick DiPietro.
they really messed up there. But yeah, can you imagine how mad everybody in the NFL is going to be if the Cowboys get a Manning? Oh my God, they're going to hate us even more. I love it.
Oh, it would be everything. It would be Jerry Jones knowing that whether in the still little bit of life that he would have, and I say that respectively, I think we all just know that he's getting there, that he would either be able to see an Arch Manning grow and possibly win a championship for the Cowboys, right? Or at least leave his son to have the next great Manning legacy.
He gives you so much publicity too. Like
1,000.
That's a good story to have. And that's what Jerry Jones cares about.
And that's the reason why I've been watching just a little bit more on the whole Arch thing. I just want to see where he goes. That's why he wanted
Johnny Football, because it was like, this is big, exciting. He'll come here and everyone will be all
spend a bunch of money,
riled up about it. Thank God we didn't get him. But
I still say Arch Manning to the Bucs 2026. It's just me.
A guy can dream.
I say everybody, I think, is like, I'll give up whoever I have for that.
It's going to be some random, and I know we kind of got off topic. I'm sorry. It's going to be some random team that we're not even thinking about that's already really, really good right now, that something's going to happen in a year or two where they're just going to fall off the edge and they're going to be in the running for Arch Manning in 2026 , like the Ravens.
The Bengals or something.
The Steelers.
The Steelers. All of a sudden, Kenny Pickett is not the answer.
Yeah.
No, it would be something like one of those, like a Tennessee, never won a champion, or Minnesota. Actually, it'd be kind of cool to see Arch go to Minnesota.
No, I don't want that.
I just want to see the Bills and Minnesota win a Super Bowl in my lifetime now, just so like Canada can finally say that all of our teams won.
I grew up a Minnesota fan. I just don't care if they win one.
I will suck 4 or 5 more years. I think everybody's kind of on the same thing. That's like, and Alex would also agree about like hockey and stuff like that. It's like, I know our Red Wings are coming up, but like, I'll suck for another year just to make sure Connor Bedard is on our team. Like, thank you.
Yeah, when you know you have like
LeBron
1 in a million talent coming up. Yeah.
Once those guys exist, like you see teams just being like, listen, take a knee.
Yeah.
The
We're
third quarter.
Trot out Nate Sudfeld, even though we got Jalen Hurts here.
Yeah.
Bro, that was the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. No integrity.
I mean,
which makes sense because it's the Eagles.
Well, the Bucs did it too, and I agree with Alex there. Tank for 1 more year. I'll watch all the Red Wing games next year. I will. Just please suck.
Please don't do good.
No, please suck. Just keep all the rookies in the minors. Don't even bring anybody up. Just like, I'll play for you next year, man. I'll play goalie. Like, I'll help. But the Buccaneers did that back when we had Dirk Cutter right before the whole Jameis Winston thing. Is they wanted to make sure that they had Jameis Winston. Mm-hmm. So the last game of the season, I think if we would have won, we would have gotten the 2nd overall pick, and we would have ended up with Mariota, which I was more okay with anyway. But by the 3rd quarter, like Levante David and everybody starts, not being on the field, and it's like,
I see what we're doing here.
They all got cramps.
Yeah, we all got cramps. Everybody's injured, right? Like, who the hell is number 31 on our team? What the heck?
I had some tight muscles.
That's a 190-pound dude sitting on my defensive line. What is happening?
Oh man!
But the drama in Dallas Never lets us down. Always gives us something to talk about. So we appreciate Dallas for that.
Oh, and then, oh no, we had more stuff that Jerry Jones just says stuff. I think just to get people talking. It's just so annoying.
He's a businessman.
So
He just
annoying.
wants people to talk about the Cowboys.
Not put him in the media anymore, even though that's his favorite place to be.
That's what happens when you're the Yankees of football, though.
Well, I like the Yankees too, so that's rude.
And I mean that though, like it's like the Maple Leafs. Like I said in the group chat before, it's like the Maple Leafs and in basketball, I guess it'd be the Lakers and stuff. Once you're on that team, you're kind of open to all scrutiny and stuff like that, like everything.
That's what everyone always is like: Lakers, Yankees, Cowboys fans. If you're all three of those, like, oof. I'm like, well, I'm not a Lakers fan, so don't put me in that category.
You can add Leafs into there too for all those hockey guys. 1,000%.
I know you guys always say I should be a Leafs fan, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I feel offended.
No, if you and Sid are getting into hockey, I need both of you to be Coyote fans, like 1,000%. Go to Coyote games.
I just cheer for I always want the Golden Knights to do good because I lived in Vegas for a while. I lived in Vegas when they first became a thing.
My fiance is a Golden Knights fan too. She's been from day one. Sid, do not be a Penguins fan. You will lose our friendship very quickly.
They stink.
They have the goat with the same name as me.
It's true.
There's
Sidney Crosby.
That's true.
Does he spell with a Y or an I?
He spells with an I.
Well, he doesn't count then.
No, Crosby was the last generation's Gretzky, and like I don't personally like him. That's just me, but he is really, really good, and I will never discredit him for that. He is a very good player.
Why do you guys not like the Penguins so much?
I'm a Red Wing fan. So when I was in high school, we went back-to-back Stanley Cups, and we won the first one, but they won the second one in Game 7.
Oh,
and yeah,
I don't know anything about especially the history of hockey who doesn't like who. I don't know.
I know Sidney Crosby.
I always want the nice one. I couldn't tell you one player on that team. Not one.
I am getting a hockey show. I just got signed on with 1252 Sports to do a hockey show here in the next couple of weeks. So if you're ever looking to hear a little bit about any teams and stuff like that, you can go check them out. We don't have a name or anything yet. We're just getting all the promotions and stuff like that ready. So
very nice, very nice.
Check out 1252 Chicago Sports.
As you guys know, Andrew is all things sports. Pretty much covers everything. It's and something that we haven't hit yet, we're gonna hit right now, is sports betting, because that's another thing that we enjoy. And Andrew is also a big proponent. So we just since we had him as a special guest today, we wanted to hit our favorite football futures bet. If you have one, I have a couple that I really like.
What you got
right now? Right now, I mean, this is going to sound very homerish, but I have reasons as to why. The over on Steelers wins is 7.5. The over/under is at 7.5. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. Mitchell Trubisky had made the playoffs under a Matt Nagy offense twice, and we still have our defense. I'm taking the over on that all day, every day, twice on Sundays. It just seems like free money. And then that's my big one.
Something feels like free money. It never is.
I mean, maybe. I could be completely wrong, but 7.5 over on the Steelers just seems like very easy. I do like the Bears under. That's at 6.5. Their team is just imploding and planning for the next season, so 6.5 games seems like a lot for them to win. Those are my two over/under win totals favorites. I personally have already sprinkled some money on the Steelers winning their division. With Deshaun Watson possibly not playing, that almost eliminates the Browns from even contention. I do think the Bengals are going to have it. I know I'm in the minority on this one, but I think they're going to have a hangover from last season that drops them off a little. And so I got the Steelers at plus 950 to win the division. I thought the odds were too good. Yeah, I thought the odds were too good not to take that. It's already dropped to plus 850, but still seems like this. I mean, it's the AFC North. We're all competitive. With the Browns being virtually eliminated without having a quarterback from contention, Lamar coming off injury, and then I personally think the Bengals are going to struggle at least a little bit because of the Super Bowl run, but that's just my opinion. So I love the odds there on that one.
That's not a bad one at all, actually.
I like to bet like who's gonna be MVP, who's gonna be Rookie of the Year, who's gonna be.
Yeah,
I made a lot of money on that last year because I bet Micah before the season even started to be.
Najee was robbed.
I agree. I would have won a lot of money if Najee won. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I bet. Who did I bet? Oh, I bet Micah Parsons to be Defensive Rookie of the Year before the season even started.
Nice.
And he was not. Well, he was like top 5 choices, but he wasn't like number 1 or anything. I think like Surtain was number 1. I bet Tom Brady to be MVP after they beat us week 1 because I was mad. And then which that didn't happen.
Nope.
I bet Green Bay to win the Super Bowl because I hate them. So at least if they won, I would at least win money.
Spite betting.
I like to
love the spite bets.
Spite bet. I bet who else? I bet TJ Watt to win Defensive Player of the Year, and I won like $400 off that. That was sweet. Myles Garrett is the favorite to win the Defensive Player of the Year this year. It's so dumb. They keep doing that.
Interesting.
I'm a Myles Garrett hater.
I think my favorite
TJ Watt lover.
I think my favorite to win MVP. I threw $5 on TJ Watt to win MVP plus 50,000.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not going to win
plus
MVP.
50,000. I'll take those odds. I mean, break the sack record. Steelers win the division.
Win a couple of playoff games.
Yeah, he might be. Hey,
and then that
Josh
would be the
Allen's
sack.
favorite.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the second or third player of all time not on the offensive side or not
to win MVP.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very unlikely, but hey, at plus 50,000 odds, I'm taking those personally. And
I bet Dak to be Comeback Player of the Year. That was
last
he
year.
got robbed.
I saw that actually. I was just looking at a couple of future bets because mine only has like the weeks and stuff like that. I think they're changing their
Comeback Player of the Year right now is Derrick Henry, Winston, Michael Thomas, Danny Dimes. Why is he up there? What happened to him?
He just had a crappy
Well,
year.
he's stinks.
Is Mitchell Trubisky?
Christian McCaffrey and Mitch Trubisky.
I might throw a little sprinkle on Mitch.
It's plus 1,200.
Yeah, I'm going to be betting that. I like Christian McCaffrey too. If he stays healthy, he'll win it.
Christian McCaffrey is such a bum. I cannot stand Christian McCaffrey.
Such a hater.
If you are in a fantasy with me, I will not be joshing Christian McCaffrey. So just know, if you want him, he will follow you if I'm ahead of you because I will never touch him. He's on my do not draft list.
That's fair.
So is Alvin Kamara. Can't stand that guy either.
I can't do Alvin Kamara right now.
I had first overall pick, and I picked him that year. He got hurt. I had Christian McCaffrey, first overall pick, got hurt. So whoever I get first overall,
you took Najee. Damn it.
I took Najee second. I wasn't the first pick.
All right, good. You got any fun ones, Andrew? I think if I was picking MVP or had to place a bet on MVP right now, I would probably take Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I took Herbert last year, and I was like, I was a year too early. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh Allen's the favorite.
I think
right now.
Josh Allen is the favorite, and that's who I would pick. So it's not worth betting because it's already plus whatever, like 2 something.
My one that I'm trying to find, because there's ones that you can basically, like, it's not like a almost like a player prop bet or a team prop bet, where it's like, you know, this person and this person have to have a point or a score or a touchdown or whatever. The one I'm going with this year, because the payout and stuff like that of just what it would be, because both teams are going to be overhyped by recent signings and the recent success that both of their teams had. I am going to go and say and bet a good significant amount of money that says the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos both miss the playoffs. And the reason is, if you go and
out of here, don't.
If you go and look at Denver's schedule comparatively to the rest of the people in the AFC, and you look at Cincy's, right? Cincy is not going to get a cakewalk in their own division, and that right there is going to be the kicker. Because if they lose 2 key games in their division, that's what's going to bump them out because of Baltimore. And with regards to Denver, because of their own division,
they got crazy,
right? So what happens when you can have your whole division technically go to the playoffs? That's fine. But Miami still has a mostly cakewalk schedule. So Miami all of a sudden picks up 2 or 3 wins, a little bit more, say, easily than what Denver can, who is going to get used to a new head coach and a new quarterback with an already okay team. But it's not Tom Brady, right? It's not a GOAT. Like Russell Wilson is good, and he's, almost as good as Matthew Stafford, but we don't know who Nathaniel Hackett is yet. And also with Joe Burrow and stuff like that, everybody's going to know what not Stefanski's, Zach Taylor's offense and defense is basically going to be. Their offensive line still needs a little bit of work, and he's going to be scrambling around a little bit more. So I'll take that one for sure. And I know a lot of people will come at me for it, but I also told people not to bet on Seattle making the playoffs last year, and I made a lot of money off of that one. So I love the
Bengals bet. I love the Bengals bet.
This one, though, is almost a guaranteed, and I just found this one while we were talking on the Caesars Sportsbook. And they just got future bets and all that kind of stuff. Regular season wins. Both teams must complete all scheduled regular season games. They basically are asking who is going to have more wins, the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that's easy. I feel like that's easy money.
Exactly. So that's minus 115 on the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's one that I will definitely take for sure. And then one for the week 1, if people want to start getting on the money train right off the bat, because another team that everybody's underestimated, but they've spent the most money this offseason in trades and in signings, is the Las Vegas Raiders. I got a lot of money on the Raiders. I think the Raiders are probably going to go at least 9-0 before they start losing. That's just a small little prediction I have, which means that week 1 when they play the Chargers, they're going to win. And right now they're sitting at the money line at plus 165. That's a lot of money to be made off them, off of a Chargers team who is good, has a lot of talent, but has also missed the playoffs last year, and doesn't necessarily have all the tools that they need just yet. They're good. They're going to be great, but the Raiders are ready to go now. So I'm going to take the Raiders in week 1. Chargers will eventually get there, but give me the Raiders week 1 at that money line plus 165.
I like that. Any futures you like right now?
Not specifically. I'll
A
probably
little sprinkle on Washington to win NFC East too.
That's silliness.
I would do something like Pollard to have more yards than what is expected of him right now.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
That would be one that I would do for Dallas.
Apparently,
for sure.
I don't know. I wonder what Doc's rushing is. Can I bet that?
Can you bet the under?
I want to bet the over.
I'll take the under.
Because I think he's going to run a lot more this year. Because I think he's not going to run scared as much this year. Because last year I think his leg was still bothering him, and then his shoulder stuff was bothering him. And they do this every offseason, and they're like, they've never looked better. So I don't know, but it seems he says he's good. So I'm hoping he runs more.
We'll see. Wonder if that's a bet. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on from the betting segment to everybody's favorite segment. I don't think we have the video, but we're going to jump into Mrs. Swinton's pop quiz.
Oh, pop quiz time.
Yeah. Hope you're ready, Andrew. This is the first time you've been live to do the pop quiz.
Yeah, I don't.
And Kim's
what division didn't I do?
time.
Do you want me to do that or do the pick one?
Do the pick one.
Okay. We're going to do pick one.
Sorry, Kim's on the side. She's got her phone. Like, want me to search? And I'm like, no.
No. This one isn't. This one's opinion.
This is a more opinion-based pop quiz.
I like that.
So let me see. Let's go young quarterbacks.
Okay.
Would you rather have Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields? Who else is young? Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. Who's your favorite young guy?
So if I'm starting a team?
Yeah.
T-Law. All day.
Really?
Yes.
You're saying Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes.
I I'm saying Trevor Lawrence as well, only until I can see what Trey can possibly do. But I've seen what Trevor can do, so I'll take Trevor.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Trey Lance is hard because we haven't had a very large sample size of what he can do.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence is very talented. Personally.
Trevor Lawrence is extremely talented.
Yeah, that's what they say.
He's just on the wrong team. That's all.
Oh, well, that's what happens
100%.
when you're really good. You get drafted to a really bad team generally.
And people always like to say he threw more picks than touchdowns, or he led the league in interceptions. Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions as a rookie. Guys, let's just give him a season or two before you jump on that he's overrated or a bust train.
Exactly.
I like him. I don't have any faith in Justin Fields.
I think Justin Fields is uber talented in the worst situation possible.
And his situation doesn't look like it's getting any better. At
Not
least
this year.
the Jags seem to be like they're trying to get better.
Honestly, I think talent-wise, the next quarterback of the 4 you listed, I would take Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is very good.
Yeah.
I would probably take Trey next and then Justin Fields, but Zach Wilson is not to be overshadowed.
I'm excited to see what the.
Like, I think if Justin Fields went to the Patriots instead of Mac, I think they win.
Oh, that's another one.
They're even better.
Mac is that same.
I take Fields over Mac too.
I don't really like Mac. I just think Mac's in a good system that works for him. I guess that's what you want is.
Yeah, he's in the best situation of all the rookie quarterbacks, and it's not even close.
Mac like Jones reminds me of like a B-rated version of Big Ben right now, and like he's in a proper system to get utilized that way. Maybe Big Ben's given it like almost like a mixture of Big Ben and Jay Cutler. Like he's got both like things to him, like a more athletic version of both of them combined.
See, I picture him more as an Alex Smith type.
Interesting.
He's a game manager,
yeah,
more than a gunslinger that's gonna go win the game type thing. That's why I imagine Alex Smith.
Fair enough.
I don't see like Mac Jones like making the big plays to win you the game.
Yeah.
Like Ben.
Fair enough.
Right.
All right, T.J. Watt or Myles Garrett.
Should we even let Sydney go for this one?
Myles Garrett is projected to win Defensive Player of the Year again.
Weird. He was last year. What
know.
happened?
I'll take Myles. That's just me. I know that's going to be a very different of opinion with Sid and stuff like that, but I'll take Myles. I like what TJ does and stuff like that. I just like not overshadowing what he's done either. I think Myles has done equally as good, respectively, as TJ with a less athletic and a less more productive defensive line than what TJ gets to deal with. So I'll give Myles an edge, but I still like that's just me. I'd still pick Myles, but that's why if me and Sid were starting a team and stuff like that, you can have TJ and I can have Myles.
TJ has more sacks, quarterback hits, quarterback pressures, and drops into coverage, which Myles Garrett doesn't.
Myles Garrett plays for the Browns. That's all I need to say.
The Browns is the Browns. Yeah, it's impressive that someone on the Browns is talented.
I agree.
I don't like the Browns. Who else is on this list? Joey Bosa or Max Crosby?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh man,
that's a good one.
I'll take Bosa, but I like Crosby's attitude. Oh man,
I like Crosby a lot.
If I could have that attitude, like the way that he chirps and stuff like that on Bosa, I would take that. But Bosa,
I think talent-wise, I'm taking Bosa too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the Bosa brothers' personality in general, so I'm just gonna take Max Crosby. All right, there's like the top AFC receiving corps. Whose would you want if you could have them? The Bengals receiving corps, the Dolphins receiving corps.
You don't pronounce the
Raiders. It's too early.
The Bengals, Dolphins, or Raiders?
Yeah.
Tight end included in the receiving corps?
Sure.
Then I want the Raiders.
Who's the Bengals tight end now?
Exactly.
Who's the Dolphins tight end?
Well, I think if you go top 3 pass catchers, so we'll go Jamar T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, Devontae, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, or Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Gesicki. I would say the top 3 there. I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders too.
The
Hunter
Raiders.
Renfrow is a great possession wide receiver, and even in fantasy, if you're looking for someone to just consistently get you whatever you need, I think his consistency was at like 9 points. Like he will consistently get you 9 points, and he doesn't usually stray too lower than that, but he will go higher than that.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why I have adored Renfrow for the last few years. In Dynasty, in the one league we have, I think Alex has dangled him in front of me for like many, many different times. I know the value of it. I'm not going to overpay.
Yeah.
But in a rebuild, I call it a rebuild league, is somebody offered me a second rounder. Or like I had to give up a second rounder for him, and I was like done. I didn't even give them time to like rethink the pick. I didn't even give them time to like message me and be like, "Yeah, I was thinking of something else." It's like, nope. Hunter Renfrow is. I love Hunter Renfrow. The fact that they put Adams in there just makes it even better. So
I listened to Andrew on North Sports Dynasty one time, and he said something about Hunter Renfrow, and I was like, well, now I love Hunter Renfrow. Like, you can't tell me anything different, so now I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah, it's Renfrow. And if honestly, I know like Chase has only got 1 season in the books, but if he even like sniffs how great he was last season, he would be another one of those guys where like you could literally, I would give up a whole team for him. I would almost give up a whole team for Renfrow too, just not that, because I'm already set up in our one league, so it's like but
now you're comparing the best Bengals to arguably the second or third Raider, because I think Devontae is the best out of all of them personally.
I would take the Bengals, by the way. I love Bengals receivers.
Devontae over all Bengals receivers. Hunter
that's
over
one person. I'm looking at the whole.
Hunter Renfrow over
here.
Boyd and Higgins, and Darren Waller over Boyd.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I was about to say I would take Chase over Adams only because of the chemistry that Joe had with Chase in college. But guess who had college chemistry too? I forgot about that. Yeah. So I would still take Devontae.
No, I like the Bengals. I love the Bengals though.
No.
The Bengals wide receiver core is fun though. Like, let's be real here. All right, what's next?
She's still thinking of what she would take.
I would take the Bengals, I think. That's just what I would do. All right. The better trio. And we already know where I'm going because I hate the Eagles. You have Brown, Hurts, and Smith for the Eagles.
Goddard and Smith.
Okay. You have A.J. Brown.
Zach Ertz plays for the Cardinals. Dallas Goddard is their tight end.
I'm not talking about the Cardinals.
Did you say Hurts or Ertz?
Hurts.
I thought you said Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Eagles. Or the Dolphins, who have Tua, Waddle, and Hill.
Ooh.
Dolphins.
Eagles.
Do you go Waddle over Devontae Smith?
I go Jalen Hurts over Tua 2 times over.
I'll take Tua over Jalen Hurts.
Jalen's got legs. I'll take Jalen and the Eagles on that one.
I want a quarterback that can throw over a quarterback that can run, and that's why I'm a Lamar hater.
Yeah.
And Tua's got a better arm than Jalen.
Jalen's not that bad in accuracy.
He's much worse than Tua.
I will agree in that. I like AJ Brown as like the possession, like the Stephon Diggs to Josh Allen type thing. And Devontae,
I like AJ Brown a lot.
Yeah, and Devontae is so underrated. Like I would take AJ over Tyreek.
See, I would take Tyreek over AJ.
See, I would take Tyreek over AJ, but I would probably take
Waddle
Devontae
over
Smith.
I think we're opposite on all 3 of these positions. I would take Devontae over Waddle, Tyreek over AJ, and Tua over Jalen, and you're the opposite on all 3.
I think the only person that I like Devontae Smith. I don't think the other 2 I would go over.
No, I would still. I gotta take Waddle over Smith. I understand why they brought Tyreek Hill into that system. Like Miami's good to go now, so you might as well bring like a burner in there. But if he wasn't in there, you would have seen what Waddle could do this season. Like,
I mean, Waddle played great last year.
Waddle broke tons of records last year.
He broke the rookie reception record. Yeah,
super good.
I think Waddle's really good. But I think Devontae Smith would have done better if Jalen Hurts was a better quarterback. I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good.
That's
personally.
That's fair.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is good at all, but I'm probably biased.
Yeah, you just hate the Eagles.
Cowboy bias, yeah.
Hey, I said I would take Devontae Smith over
No, that's true. That's true.
Waddle, but that's the only one. I'm not a big Tua fan either, though, so happy Father's Day again. But that's all I got.
Is that the last one?
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't want to be on here for 5 hours.
Yeah, we got plans too today, so.
Yeah, same here.
All right, so then since we all got plans, let's just wrap it up and hit our last segment of the day, the morning vitamin. Since you've never done it before, we'll let Ash start if you have one, or we can go somewhere else.
No, I don't really have anything, but just enjoy your family, because a lot of people are hanging out with their dads today. So go appreciate your dad or whoever is your dad figure.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
love the dads.
Did you have a morning vitamin for us today?
I mean, I got morning vitamins. Yeah.
I'll take that too.
Right. I mean, the line I always say that confuses people, and the more you think about it, the more you would get it, I guess, is have not what you can't have, but have what you cannot want. So, yeah.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Too early in the morning.
Have not what you can't have, but have what you cannot want. Yeah, even Sid now is just like, damn it, Andrew.
I'll ponder it.
I do appreciate you guys having me on, though.
Yes, we appreciate you coming on.
I have not heard my alarm actually go off in quite some time, so.
Sorry for making you get up early.
Are you kidding me? If anything, it was good because the fiance was just getting up and everything like that too. So.
What time is it there?
Right now,
he's in our time zone.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he's in Mountain Standard because he is our time zone.
But you guys do the whole crazy thing where
we don't do anything. It's everybody
else does crazy things.
But
that makes you crazy if you don't do the things that everybody else does.
I know. When I moved here, I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to worry about the time change. Like, I don't have to worry about it. No, because everyone else still does it. So you're still adjusting when everybody else does it. It's like, well, I thought it was going to be cool.
These crazy people in Arizona, I tell you.
Pretty much. My morning vitamin is just to have fun in life. That's it. Nice and simple. Have fun. Yay. Find the little joys.
Be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy. I'll do a little shout out to Sean again. So just reminiscing old memories. It's not a bad thing. Take them in, enjoy, but also just know that moving on in life is not a bad thing, and it just means you're growing as a person. And although you won't see your childhood home anymore, Sean, and you're moving on from that, just know that means life's going on and it's getting better. Yeah. That's it. Just another chapter that you get to start. And that's it. That's all I got.
Thanks again, guys.
Andrew, again, really appreciate you joining with us today.
No problem.
We went a little over what we said we were going to do, but hey.
That's what happens when I get on a show. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Not a problem. Remember, guys, tune in to North Sports Dynasty premiere show coming up on Friday. Gonna be great. Follow the page, like, comment, share, all the fun stuff that people say when they do this stuff.
Subscribe to my channel.
Be on the lookout for more. Be on the lookout for more Let's Talk Football shows. They are always coming all the time. Sean will always keep us updated there. All right, guys.
Except for that Washington show. That one stinks.
Appreciate you for watching us. Love everybody. Have a great Father's Day. Peace out.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The line. The line.
this. All right. I am Janae Struthers,
Sean Spencer.
and this is Let's Talk Football.